program. Are Chinese tourists still confident about traveling to Thailand in light of the recent shooting in Bangkok? Then we find out why the roads in Khao Lak are so dangerous. And we visit a new immersive impressionist art exhibition, Monet and Friends Alive Bangkok. Sawadee I'm Nad Bunag and welcome to This Week with Thai PBS World. The Thai government has been trying to attract Chinese tourists back into Thailand to boost tourism during the high season, notably with the visa exemption program. But these efforts have been dealt a huge blow by the recent shootings at the Siam Paragon shopping mall in Bangkok, in which a Chinese tourist was killed. While a Chinese blockbuster movie paints Thailand in a negative light, Chinese tourists already have polarized opinions on safety in Thailand. The recent shooting, however, has exacerbated concerns about tourist safety. And this will be a huge challenge for Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin to regain the confidence from international visitors. Let's find out more with Frank Hanchi.
Thailand is sincerely hoping that the recently implemented visa-free policy for Chinese tourists will help revitalize the tourism sector, which has yet to recover fully from the effects from the COVID-19 pandemic. The shocking shootings at Siam Paragon in the heart of Bangkok on Tuesday, in which a Chinese tourist was one of two people killed, has, however, raised concern, especially on Chinese social media, about public safety in Thailand. On Weibo, China's version of Twitter with 573 million users, short video clips of the shootings have reached millions of views. Hashtags such as "Will you travel to Thailand after the shooting?" show how the incident is affecting the confidence of the Chinese in their safety while in Thailand. Chinese travelers already in Thailand admitted to Thai PBS World that they are worried about their safety since this horrifying shooting took place in the middle of Bangkok. Their families back home are upset after hearing the news on Weibo and TikTok.
可能会觉得泰国可能中国人会比较多吧，然后也会担心安全吧，对，所以当时有考虑想不想再过来，对。当然有啊，因为我们的亲人都会觉得你出去玩，你的安全是最重要的，所以会再考虑就不要去那种像这种案发地。
On Baidu, the biggest search engine in China, Chinese media have continuously covered the shootings and their aftermath. While reporting on Thai Prime Minister Srettha Thavisin's promise to ensure tourist safety, some Chinese media also highlighted statistics which rank Thailand as having the second highest gun ownership in Asia. The shooting comes hard on the heels of a Chinese blockbuster movie, No More Bets, which depicts Chinese people being lured to work in scam operation centers in countries that are understood to be Thailand and its neighbors. The movie is reported to have caused many Chinese to have second thoughts about visiting Thailand.
我是因为看了那个电影我父母看了那个电影才会觉得有点，但其实实际上来到这里就觉得还好，不会觉得危险。有朋友跟我们讲说不要来这个附近，但是家人不太知道，因为我是瞒着父母来的。我妈妈不太希望我来泰国，是因为泰国东南亚嘛，前段时间不是有很多我们国内会比较担忧被拐卖啊，就是卖到那种诈骗集团的那种，在国内听说这种消息是比较多。
Another group of Chinese tourists, however, are not disturbed by the shootings. They believe that such incidents are rare in Asia. They said the quick arrest of the suspect has helped bolster confidence in public safety.
我没有查，但是美国的枪支应该是比人多的，但是好像并没有任何人觉得美国是一个很危险的国家。然后你从去美国的留学旅游，或者说崇尚人文也好，
包括我们在路上的时候，可能都会有一点点防范，是不是说突然出现一个人，然后可能会打击到我们，因为那个人我们看新闻说那个人是无差别射伤的嘛，是，所以也死了好几个人，有几个人已经受伤了，对。所以其实对我们来说，心里还是会有一点点影响的。会推荐来这边玩吧，但是还是得注意安全。
The Association of Thai Travel Agents says that the incident is definitely affecting the tourism sector, as many Chinese certainly have doubts about their safety while in Thailand. Although the government of Prime Minister Sethar has swiftly strengthened gun control measures, those in the tourist industry believe that it will take some time for tourist confidence to be restored. Frank Kanshi reporting for Thai PBS World.
And apart from increasing the confidence among international tourists, another issue that really needs to be fixed is gun violence. And before we move on, let's give you a summary of what happened this week. 2 people were killed and 5 others were injured in a shooting spree at the Siam Paragon shopping mall in Bangkok on Tuesday evening. The 14-year-old suspect was arrested on site. The 2 people killed were a Chinese tourist and a Myanmar employee of the shopping center. Meanwhile, charges of premeditated murder, attempted murder, possession of a firearm without a license, carrying firearms in public without permission, and discharging a firearm in public have been filed against the suspect. The Chinese embassy in Bangkok issued a statement confirming that 1 Chinese national was killed and another injured in the shooting at Siam Paragon. The embassy also said that Prime Minister Sethar Thavisin and Foreign Minister Parnpree Phahithanukorn had called Chinese Ambassador Han Zhixiang to express their condolences on behalf of the Thai government over the death of a Chinese citizen and expressed concern for the injured. Both promised to speed up the investigation into the shooting and to boost measures to ensure safety for Chinese nationals when visiting Thailand. The Ministry of Interior has agreed to impose a set of measures to control the importation, trade and ownership of blank firing and BB guns, additional controls on the issuance of gun permits, and a ban on youths under 20 entering shooting ranges. Interior Minister Anutin Chanvirakul said he has met with relevant agencies to discuss both short and long-term measures to control such weapons to prevent them from being illegally modified to fire live ammunition. Continuing on the subject of tourism, Khao Lak is a unique ecotourism destination. However, road safety there remains an issue. Each year, a number of foreign visitors lose their lives in accidents on Khao Lak's roads, resulting from inadequate lighting, lack of traffic discipline, and speeding by local drivers. Thai PBS World examines the root cause of the problems and investigates whether they will be resolved in time for this year's tourism high season.
รัฐบาลนี้จะเริ่มต้นดำเนินการแผนพัฒนาสาธารณูปโภคพื้นฐานอย่างดีและรวดเร็วที่สุดครับมีทั้งระยะสั้นมีทั้งระยะกลางมีทั้งระยะยาวรวมถึงทั้งการที่เรามาดูจุดยืนอยู่ตรงนี้ท่านคงเห็นนะครับที่ดินประมาณ 7,000 กว่าไร่นะครับสำหรับเป็น international airport ซึ่งจะเซิร์ฟภูเก็ตพังงากระบี่และก็ระนองได้โดยใช้ชื่อในเบื้องต้นว่าอันดามัน international airport
This famous tourist destination was hard-hit by the deadly tsunami in 2004. Thanks to its resilience and strong selling point of ecotourism, Khao Lak has bounced back after the major natural disaster and the recent COVID-19 pandemic. By the end of this year, it is expected that there will be 2 million tourists visiting Khao Lak, generating around 10 billion baht in revenue, according to the Phang Nga Tourism Association. This famous seaside town has slowly developed, and a couple of years ago, the road expansion projects were completed. Now, Khao Lak has a 4-lane superhighway through the heart of its town, connecting it with other Andaman coastal provinces.
คือเรื่องไฟเนี่ยตั้งแต่ทำถนนใหม่4 เลนนะครับก็จะมีไฟฟ้าอยู่แค่เป็นบางช่วงหลักก็คือตั้งแต่จุดเขาหลักจากบ้านลำแก่นขึ้นมาเนี่ยไฟจะไม่สว่างนะครับจะมืดอยู่ตรงนั้นมืดนานมากหลายเดือนตั้งแต่หายที่แล้วที่ไฟดับมานะครับแล้วก็ลงเฟซลงในกลุ่มของตะกั่วป่าของพังงาหรือว่าแม้แต่ของแฝงกันทางก็เหมือนแจ้งไปนะครับก็แต่ก็เงียบไป
Data from Khao Lak Provincial Police Station shows that in 2022, there were 74 road accidents and 8 deaths. From January to September this year, there have been 64 accidents. Road accidents typically spike during the high season. It is believed, however, that the actual figures are much higher, taking into account unreported accidents. It is because Khao Lak's roads become particularly dangerous at night due to inadequate lighting, especially through populated areas like Bangkok Fresh Market, which is one of the busiest locations in Khao Lak.
ไอ้ช่วงเขาหลักตรงทางหลวงหมายเลข 4 เพชรเกษมนะครับเข้าใจว่าตรงนั้นน่ะมันเป็นที่เป็นถนนที่อยู่ในโครงการขยายเป็น4 ช่องจราจรแต่ในขณะที่เขาก่อสร้างน่ะจุดบางจุดก็มีไฟฟ้าแสงสว่างบนเกาะกลางบางจุดก็ไม่มีนะครับซึ่งก็เขาพิจารณาจากความหนาแน่นของชุมชนนะครับไม่ใช่ว่าตลอดโครงการจะมีไฟทั้งหมดของเกาะกลางซึ่งทางนั้นฝ่ายก่อสร้างกับฝ่ายออกแบบที่เขาก่อสร้างโดยกรมทางหลวงนะครับเขาเป็นคนวินิจฉัยว่าจุดไหนสมควรนะครับก็เลยออกมาในรูปแบบนั้นไม่ได้มีไฟแสงสว่างตลอดโครงการนะครับเขาจะพิจารณาตามความเหมาะสมตามชุมชนตามความหนาแน่นของประชากรในจุดนั้นจริงๆไฟฟ้าแสงสว่างเขาจะให้อำนวยความสะดวกพี่น้องประชาชนในเขตชุมชนเมืองนะครับไม่ใช่ว่าในป่าในสวนในดงก็ติดไฟมันก็เป็นการสิ้นเปลืองงบประมาณของแผ่นดินเราไฟฟ้าพลังงานเราก็เน้นการเซฟพลังงานด้วยนะครับ
According to the director of Phuket Highways Office, when the construction layout was designed several years ago, Khao Lak was somewhat different. Therefore, the Phuket Highways Office will conduct a new survey to assess the needs to install additional lighting in that area.
ผมเคยเข้าประชุมร่วมกับเขาหลายครั้งนะครับในการประชุมนี้รู้สึกว่าในพื้นที่ของเขาหลักเนี่ยของคึกคักเราเนี่ยทางผู้รับเหมาและกรมทางหลวงที่เขาวางเบรกไว้นะซึ่งตอนนั้นได้รับปากนะทางแผงงานทางผู้รับเหมารับปากว่าคือไฟจะมีทุกจุดคือไม่มีขาดอะคือจนเต็มพื้นที่นะครับคือในแบบก็มีแน่นอน 100% แล้วก็คือไปตามนั้นแต่บังเอิญนะเนี่ยมันเหตุการณ์อุบัติเหตุหรือเขาเรียกว่าปัญหาหน้างานที่มันเกิดขึ้น
The problem he mentioned is related to the U-turns, which are at every 2 kilometers. Local residents oppose this distance, and some of these U-turns are only one way instead of in both directions. Consequently, the contractor has agreed to construct more U-turns in response to the local demand. Each U-turn cost them 2 million baht due to budget constraints. The additional U-turns were exchanged for the missing street lamps.
ทีนี้ถ้าเขาทำใหม่ขึ้นมาเนี่ยคือมันไม่มีงบประมาณเขาทำไมคือจำเป็นมาแตะไฟฟ้าเลยคือจำเป็นต้องมาถอดเสาไฟที่ปักอยู่กลางถนนเนี่ยนี่ผมฟังจากผู้รับเหมาคุยนะคือตอนนี้สมมติว่าถ้าต้นไฟเป็นไฟกิ่งที่ว่า2 ดวงนี้ชุดหนึ่งก็ประมาณ 40,000 นะสมมุตินะชุดหนึ่ง 40,000 แต่พอคุณมาทำถนนที่ว่าถ้ายูเทิร์น2เลนนะมันประมาณ2 ล้านนี่คุณต้องเอา 40,000 เข้าไปหารกี่ต้นที่หายไป
Khao Lak Road will have sufficient lighting if the Phuket Highways Office approves their installation, but nobody knows when that time will come. In the meantime, to be on the safe side, both locals and tourists will certainly need to be extra careful when venturing out onto the streets at night. Urapanthamat reporting for Thai PBS World.
And now let's move on to gender equality. While 70% of the global population enjoy LGBT rights in their respective countries, there are still LGBT people living without equal rights as well. The UK Prime Minister's special envoy on LGBT rights told Thai PBS World that supporting NGOs and activists is the way to push the government in the right direction.
While 35 nations worldwide have already legalized same-sex marriage, most LGBT+ people are still living in an environment in which discrimination and harsh laws still exist, as demonstrated by a recent incident in Malaysia.
I do not see
During a performance at the Good Vibes Festival, two male bandmates of the 1975 British pop rock band kissed on stage. This band has since been banned from Muslim-majority Malaysia, where homosexuality is a crime.
Yes, the Prime Minister.
In an exclusive interview with Thai PBS World, a member of the UK's House of Lords and the Prime Minister's Special Envoy on LGBT plus rights, Lord Nick Herbert, emphasized that continuous engagement to negotiate LGBT plus rights is vital to ending discrimination. Quote from the Communication Minister of Malaysia said that there will be no compromise against any party that challenges, disparages and violates Malaysian laws. So I'm not sure from your experience and your point of view, what's your opinion on it, on this one?
Very often there are religious or cultural drivers, countries where there is discrimination, where there are harsh laws. We need to engage and promote our values of human rights. It's also about economic success, because we know that the strongest, most successful economies are actually those which are open, where people are able to fulfill their potential, irrespective of their background, irrespective of who they are.
As Lord Herbert wraps up his trip to Southeast Asia, he said the most significant challenge for LGBT plus community is repression by government, and he believes supporting NGOs and activists could expedite the advancement of LGBT plus rights.
Countries which are not just standing still on LGBT plus rights, but going backwards, where LGBT plus citizens are repressed, sometimes criminalized, treated violently, where it's not just a question of public opposition to them, but the state is using its power to oppress them as well. And that can happen, of course, to other communities as well. It's not just LGBT plus people. Well, that's of enormous concern. It's very often religiously driven, and support the NGOs. Very often there are brave activists on the ground who need our help and support, and the situation for them is very difficult. It's important that we provide as much support as we can in line with our values and in common with our partners. But it's not just governments that can help them, it's also businesses and others. They have a role too. You know, in the end, this isn't just about the rights of one specific minority, it's about human rights.
The Equal Rights Coalition, which has 43 member states, supports fundamental human rights for LGBT plus persons. As Thailand has an open culture and awareness of LGBT plus people in society, Lord Herbert highlighted Thailand's participation in the Equal Rights Coalition could be a beacon for the LGBT plus groups in Southeast Asia.
We collaborate, we work together to discuss how we can promote LGBT plus rights, not just in our own countries, but also in other countries, to make certain that we are making our views known, are encouraging them to take steps forward, but also sometimes speaking out where there are countries that are doing the wrong thing and going backward. So we very much hope that Thailand, which is a country that is tolerant, has a good understanding of the importance of openness and of LGBT plus people in its society, will join the Equal Rights Coalition. I think that would be great for Thailand to be part of this group of countries, but it would also be very important in the region.
Lord Herbert said Thai NGOs and LGBT plus activists can make their voices heard in a benign environment in Thai society, but it is not the case in other countries.
I would encourage activists to keep going, to keep making the case for change, because it's as a result of activists that worldwide we've seen changes for the better. And legislators such as me, we can in the end vote and pass laws, but it requires the activists to make the case, to encourage us to move in the right direction. So the activists have such a vital role to play, and I would say, keep going, keep making the case for change, because in the end, love will win.
Fan Kan Shi reporting for Thai PBS World.
And now in this episode of Empowering Thai Women, I talked to Jeiw, who's a female chef at a luxury hotel, as she explains her passion in becoming a chef.
I like to cooking on the stove with the heat. Yes, this is my personality. To me, this is not really an inspiration, but rather destiny and a dream.
Sizzling ribeye steak and grilled octopus, these are the food creation by Hathairat Urapanthamat or Jeiw, which reflect her flame of passion for cooking and more than 15 years of experience as a chef. Hathairat's dream of becoming a chef began when she was young, as she spent most of her free time in the kitchen and in local markets in Bangkok. Her mother, however, did not necessarily agree with her dream.
My mom, she thought that the chef job is very heavy, and she think that you can stand for the heavy job, or can you cooking for long hours? Is it possible for you to do that? But I like prove myself for her to see that I can make it.
Nevertheless, she stuck to her true passion. After briefly working as an HR assistant, she used all of her savings to enroll at a prestigious cooking school in order to follow her dream. Since then, Hathairat has worked at several fine dining restaurants. Eventually, she became the first Thai woman to hold the position of chef de cuisine at the Bull and Bear, located in a luxury hotel in the heart of Bangkok. Such experience has exposed her to better standards when it comes to food.
When you making some things, it's like the art. It's like the art that you can see. The plating is like you as a designer to make the plate is very beautiful, but the taste is always have to be good also. Yes, and I like the way that I can create some things, and it's appear that the guest, my guest is leave the restaurant is really happy.
Hathairat is like many other female chefs who have experienced prejudice based on gender. Along the way, Hathairat has dealt with people who doubted her abilities and whether she could work as diligently as a man.
There's always wonder if I can carry a heavy and hot items or not. And I can stand in front of the grill for a long time. They also question whether I can truly handle my emotion or I can lead my team to success or not. But thankfully, these perceptions are changing as the equality progresses, recognizing that abilities, the responsibility and commitments go beyond the gender.
With the increase in Thai female chefs, Hathairat is glad to see that they're getting more attention and the respect they deserve. Her ultimate goal, however, is to inspire the younger generation to become successful chefs regardless of their gender.
I strongly believe in the gender equality, and I think positive attention is always great. It motivates people to do a better job, regardless whatever they are male or female. I think I has been a successful pursuit of my dream to becoming a chef and be where I am today. But if you ask that this is a complete success or not, I believe it's not. My ultimate goal as a chef, not just a female chef, I think to become a head chef who can inspire the younger chef to work hard and achieve the success. And I think their success will be my success also. Don't let others judge you by the appearance, and you also will remember that the fearlessness is the key. Don't be afraid to try new things. It's how you improve that. The gender should not be a factor. Let's prioritize the gender equality and maintain a creative yet positive work atmosphere, just like yin and yang.
And if you were impressed with Van Gogh Alive Bangkok earlier this year, here comes another immersive art exhibition, now featuring Claude Monet. In this episode of Walk-A-Tif, Kitipat Tilsukjin visits Monet and Friends Alive Bangkok.
This is a big chance for art lovers to immerse yourself in the world of Impressionism and explore aesthetics through world-class digital immersive art. Welcome to the Monet and Friends Alive Bangkok exhibition. The experience showcases the artistic creations of Claude Monet, one of the world's most influential French Impressionist artists, alongside contributions from 14 other iconic painters. Integrated into the theme of an immersive adventure into French Impressionism, this experience offers visitors a fully immersive multisensory experience, transporting visitors into the captivating virtual world of 19th century Impressionist art. The exhibition allows visitors to engage with the artwork through the sense of sight, taste, smell, and sound in a truly magnificent fashion. Enveloped by the dynamic interplay of light, color, and sound, the experience breathes life into the masterpieces of Impressionist artists, projecting their stunning paintings onto multiple screens. After the big success of Van Gogh Alive Bangkok, the event organizer believes that the Monet and Friends Alive Bangkok exhibition will make visitors fall in love and be involved in Impressionist art.
Compared with the Van Gogh, that Monet covering longer periods of time, which is the Impressionist era, the highlight, and also they covering more artists than Van Gogh. That is why we're using Monet after Van Gogh. Like we have the one entrance, the market, then we continue the Impressionist because we have the good feedback from Van Gogh.
It not only showcases their artistic works, but also delves into the historical movements of the Impressionist era amidst the social and political of the time. It takes visitors a journey back in time to transformation of European art in a spectacular exhibition filled with the power of light, color, and sound. It brings the masterpieces of Impressionist artists to life, projecting their remarkable paintings on large screens, revealing the depth of brushwork of Impressionism artists. With a collection of 3,500 images, this experience redefines the art viewing experience, allowing visitors to immerse themselves in the artist's imagination as if stepping directly into their creative world. Many famous masterpieces were brought to life, allowing visitors to actually be in the Impressionist artworks. You can walk across the Monet's favorite Japanese bridges. Explore the water lilies in the mirror room. Relax in the Monet garden. Visit the Saint-Lazare station. And have a pleasant tea break at the Café de Flore. In the Monet garden, there is also a gallery zone featuring the Monet's reproduction work from Thai artists and students from Porchang Academy of Arts and Silpakorn University. Visitors can also take the Monet art class with them.
อย่างแรกเป็นแปลกใหม่ดีค่ะเพราะว่ามันไม่เคยมีแบบงานศิลปะประเภทนี้มาก่อนในประเทศไทยค่อนข้างที่จะยากเพราะว่า Impressionist ค่ะมันคือการแคปชั่นความรู้สึกหรือจังหวะตอนนั้นที่เราประทับใจแล้วเราก็สื่อสารมันออกมาผ่านทางฝีแปรงผ่านทางการเขียนของเราอย่างเงี้ยค่ะเพราะฉะนั้นเนี่ยลายเส้นของแต่ละคนจะไม่เหมือนกันเลยลายเส้นของเรากับลายเส้นของออริจินัลของโคลดโมเน่เนี่ยมันก็จะไม่เหมือนกันได้มาสอนลูกค้าหลายคนก็มีประสบการณ์หลากหลายค่ะสนุกดีค่ะ
Don't miss a chance to be part of an engaging experience at the digital and immersive art exhibition Monet and Friends Alive Bangkok until January 7, 2024 at Icon Siam. Kitipat Tilsukjin reporting for Thai PBS World.
and this is definitely an exhibition that art lovers cannot miss. And that wraps up tonight's edition of This Week with Thai PBS World. Join us every Friday at 10:30 p.m. only on Thai PBS. And don't forget to follow us on social media, including our website, thaipbsworld.com, for all the latest updates about Thailand as well as analyses. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week. สวัสดีค่ะ
โกดังพลุระเบิดอำเภอสุไหงโกลกจังหวัดนราธิวาสผ่านมา2 เดือนเริ่มเข้าสู่ระบบฟื้นฟูพร้อมเปิดผังเมืองโฉมใหม่รองรับความปลอดภัยด้านครอบครัวผู้เสียชีวิตเตรียมรับความเป็นธรรมหลายหน่วยงานผนึกกำลังช่วยคดีเรียกเงินเยียวยาความสูญเสียขณะที่กระทรวงแรงงานเสริมทัพจัดอบรม4 หลักสูตรสร้างอาชีพพลิกชีวิตสร้างรายได้ติดตามได้ทุกช่องทางไทย PBS 6-12 ตุลาคมนี้